Part 1. Lost and Found. Once upon a time, in a cozy house with a big garden, lived Whiskers, a fluffy house cat with bright, curious eyes. Whiskers loved to watch the birds and butterflies through the window. One sunny day, the door was left open. Whiskers thought, just a little peek outside won't hurt. But as she stepped out, a butterfly fluttered by, and Whiskers couldn't resist. She followed it, hopping and skipping until she realized she couldn't see her house anymore. Oh no, Whiskers meowed. She was lost. Trees were everywhere, and the sounds were unlike anything she heard from her window. Birds sang different songs, and distant roars filled the air. Whiskers' heart thumped. I must find my way back before it gets dark, she thought. But which way to go? North, south, east, or west? Whiskers didn't know. She decided to keep moving, hoping to see something familiar. As the sun started to set, Whiskers grew tired. I've never been alone outside like this, she whispered to herself. But deep inside, a tiny spark of courage began to glow. I can do this, she purred softly. I'll find my way. With the stars beginning to twinkle overhead, Whiskers' wild adventure had only just begun. And little did she know new friends and lessons awaited her in the heart of the wilderness. Part 2. Meeting Monty the Moose. As Whiskers trudged through the thick bushes trying to find a path, she heard a soft hello from somewhere above. Startled, she looked up to see a big, friendly moose looking down at her. I'm Monty, the moose said with a warm smile. You seem lost, little one. Whiskers nodded, her fur puffed up a bit. I'm Whiskers, and I can't find my way home. Monty thought for a moment and then said, Follow me, I'll help you find a safe place for the night. Grateful for the company, Whiskers followed Monty through the forest. As they walked, Monty told Whiskers about the forest and its creatures. He showed her how to find water and which berries were good to eat. Whiskers listened intently, her worries forgotten for a moment. They soon arrived at a small clearing where the moonlight gently touched the ground. You can rest here tonight, Monty said, laying down some soft leaves for Whiskers to sleep on. Thank you, Monty. Whiskers meowed, feeling much safer with her new friend nearby. That night, under the stars, Whiskers learned that even in unknown places, kindness could be found. And as she drifted to sleep, she dreamed of adventures yet to come, knowing tomorrow her journey would continue. But for now, she was safe and sound, thanks to Monty. Part 3. The River's Lesson. The next morning, Whiskers woke up to the sound of birds singing. Monty was already up, munching on some leaves. Today we'll cross the river. It's the fastest way towards your home, Monty said with a mouthful of breakfast. Whiskers had never crossed a river before. She felt a tiny bubble of worry in her tummy, but remembered the courage she found the night before. As they approached the river, Whiskers saw how wide it was. The water flowed fast, making sounds like whispers and laughter. It looks scary, Whiskers whispered, staring at the moving water. Monty knelt down and said, We'll cross it together. Watch and learn. Monty carefully stepped into the water, showing Whiskers where to put her feet on the slippery stones. Your turn, Monty encouraged. Whiskers took a deep breath, thinking of home and the bravery she needed to get there. Step by step, she followed Monty's path, her heart racing with each move. Finally, with one big leap, Whiskers reached the other side. I did it, she meowed with pride. You see, Monty smiled, you're braver than you think. And now you know how to cross a river. That day, Whiskers learned more than crossing rivers. She learned about trusting herself. With her courage growing and Monty by her side, she felt ready to face any challenge on her way home. Part 4. The Forest Gathering. After the river, the forest seemed friendlier, like it was cheering for Whiskers. She noticed more now, the way the sunlight danced through the leaves and how the birds called to each other. What's that sound? Whiskers asked, hearing a new, gentle melody. It's the forest gathering, Monty explained. Come, let's go see. Whiskers followed Monty to a clearing where animals of all kinds were gathered. There were rabbits, deer, and even a fox. They were all sharing stories and food. This is Whiskers, Monty introduced her to the other animals. Whiskers felt shy but welcomed. A wise old owl spoke. Every creature, big or small, has a story. What's yours, Whiskers? Whiskers shared her adventure, about getting lost and finding Monty, crossing the river, and all she had learned. The animals listened closely, nodding and hooting softly in support. You've come a long way, the owl said, and you've learned much. Remember, the heart of the forest is with you, even when you leave. The gathering filled Whiskers' heart with warmth. She realized that she had made many friends, and that the forest was a place of kindness and learning. That night, as she lay down to sleep among friends, she felt a deep sense of peace. Tomorrow, she would continue her journey home, carrying with her the wisdom of the forest and the friendship of its creatures. Part 5. The Way Back Home. The morning sun shone brightly as Whiskers woke up, surrounded by her new friends. Today was the day she would continue her journey home. With a mix of excitement and sadness, Whiskers said goodbye to each of her friends from the forest gathering. "Remember, you're braver than you think," Monty reminded her, giving her a gentle nudge. "And you're always welcome in the forest," added the wise old owl, blinking kindly. With a determined heart, Whiskers started her trek back home, using the lessons from her friends and the newfound courage within her. She navigated through the trees, found food, and even helped a little bird find its way back to its nest. Each step felt lighter, each breath fuller. Before long, Whiskers saw something familiar, the big garden and her cozy house. She ran as fast as her legs could carry her, bursting through the pet door into the warmth of home. Her family was overjoyed to see her, hugging and petting her, saying, "Whiskers, you're back!" Whiskers purred loudly, feeling happy and safe. That night, as she snuggled in her soft bed, Whiskers thought of her adventure, the friends she made, and all she had learned. She knew now that even when faced with big challenges, she could overcome them with courage and kindness. And the forest, with all its wonders and friends, would always be there, just a hop and a skip away. We hope you enjoyed this story. If you liked this video, please go ahead and push the like button. If you like the content and want to see more, please subscribe to our channel. Goodbye.